that Thorndike developed while explaining the stimulus-response theory of learning: law of effect, law of exercise, and law of readiness. Before Pavlov worked with dogs, Thorndike worked with cats. He would place them in a box. Outside the box was a scrap of fish. As the cats looked for ways to get to the fish, they would try to escape the box. Escaping was as easy as pulling a lever. When the cat pulled the lever, they were able to leave and enjoy the fish. Thorndike observed the cats placed in this box over and over again under the same conditions. He saw that the time it took to pull the lever decreased as the cats associated the lever with the fish. This helped him develop the law of effect. The law of effect states that if responses to stimuli produce a satisfying effect, they are likely to be repeated. If responses produce an unsatisfying effect, they are likely to be avoided. The cats enjoyed the scrap of fish that they could access by pulling the lever. If the scrap of fish was replaced by an angry dog, the law of effect states that those cats would not be pulling any levers. We seek responses with positive effects, strengthening the relationship between a stimulus and the response. Thorndike later modified his theory to add an element he called the law of exercise. Initially, Thorndike believed that frequent connections of stimulus and response strengthened that connection. The more often a cat was given the opportunity to pull a lever and receive a fish, for example, the stronger that connection would be, and the more likely they would pull the lever. But as Thorndike continued his work, he realized that this was not necessarily true. If the response leads to an unsatisfying effect or punishment, the connection between the stimulus and the response will not be strengthened. But Thorndike observed that the connection may not be weakened every time the subject gets punished either. Being subject to continuous trials of pulling levers and escaping boxes sounds exhausting. If a cat, human, or any other creature is too tired to try something out, they might just take a cat nap and leave the response hanging. This idea fits into Thorndike's law of readiness. The law of readiness states that the relationship between stimulus and response is strengthened based on the subject's readiness to learn. If the subject, be it a cat or a person, is not interested or ready to learn, they will not connect stimulus and response as strongly as someone who is eager and excited. These three laws set the foundation for many other theories within behaviorism. Later behaviorists, including B.F. Skinner, Edwin Guthrie, and Ivan Pavlov, have proposed theories that relate to or are inspired by the work of Edward Thorndike. One